You know, one of the reasons that we don't ask for money here is because I never want to give the impression that healing is for sale. It's not. I will be more than happy to pray for anybody in my audience. All I ask you, if you are in need of healing counseling, and I'm talking about healing of the spirit, healing of the mind, healing of the body. Many of us have mental problems right now. I know I was talking to a lady just the other day, and she's having trouble with her children. She's mentally almost going through a nervous breakdown because of her children. I am going to pray for her and counsel her. It's the same thing with you. If you live in California, obviously, I'm in Connecticut. I can't lay hands on you physically, but I can lay hands on you spiritually. And I can, if you give me your email address or if you email me, I will not only pray for you, but I will keep in touch with you so that we can walk through the healing process together. Sometimes I talk to people on a daily basis. But, and I'm not going to ask you for a donation because, as I mentioned here before, healing is not for sale. My job here on this program, and my job as far as my ministry is concerned, is to guide people into healing according to the promises that God has given us. Now, if you look in a verse that's often preached and often quoted, Hosea 4:6, the Lord is kind of stern with the people who are reading this, because he says, in effect, you priests, you ministers of God, are not telling the people my promises. You're not preaching. You're not representing me. I anointed you to represent me, to show me or show people my character. He gave that job to Jesus. Jesus was a compassionate, loving, healing person. Well, he and his Father were identical. He did nothing without his Father first telling him to do what he had to do. In Hosea 4:6, it says, because you have rejected knowledge, I also reject you as my priests. Because you have ignored the law of your God, I will also ignore your children. The Lord was a little angry. As we go on to preaching this week and talking about things this week, I'm going to point out to you some of the judgments that are coming upon the world this winter because of our mass disobedience. That's another subject for another day. But those of you who want healing, and if you want me to pray for your healing, I ask you to email me at dean.pepin@gmail.com. Why do I want you to email me? Because healing comes in steps. I'm going through something right now, and I'm not going to tell you the intricacies of it, but I am manifesting a healing that man cannot give me or does not have the knowledge to heal. I have a situation right now where only God can heal. I'll tell you the details some other day. But as I look into the camera, I am telling you that I am going through trials, but I already see the ending. I already see the victory. My healing is coming in steps. And your healing will too. Many of you listening to me right now, viewing me, have been told by medicine that the chances are slim that they can heal you. I'm telling you, nothing is impossible with God. And right now, I am going to God. I went to him first. But the doctors have said to me, you know what, Pastor Dean, we've done our best for you. And I say this with joy, by the way, because I know my God. I know that he is going to heal me, and I am in need of a healing. So I want you to know that I'm with you all the way. If you need healing, if you're in a situation where medicine has said, we've done everything we can for you, write to me, dean.pepin@gmail.com. I'm not asking you for donations. See, that's why I see these ministries get on television and they get on radio, and all they do when they talk about healing is, in the next breath, send me a donation, send me a donation, send me a donation. It's just gotten so obnoxious. It gets me angry. They're not following God's laws. They're asking something in return for their knowledge. Everything in the kingdom of God is free. Healing is not for sale here. I want to make that perfectly clear. Healing is taught here. Healing is demonstrated here. And healings are witnessed. I have a part-time job at Walmart because I do not rely on your donations. I have a part-time job to financially fortify my ministry, and I need a part-time job in order to survive. I've got to provide meals for my wife and me. I like to eat, so I have to work part-time. I'm not complaining. I think it's kind of made me feel younger. But my ministry is at Walmart. I work 20 hours a week, and people come in for prayer. I get such a kick out of it because you know why? They come back and they say, Pastor Dean, can you pray for this now? Yeah, I want to build their faith. I had one guy come into me. He said they're going to amputate my leg. I prayed for him, and then the doctors told him, no, we're not going to do the amputation. Okay, that was his cue. That was his opportunity to get closer to God in mind, body, and spirit, and he didn't do it. He ended up with an amputated leg. I have had other people come to me, my wife, and they had to have amputations, and the amputations were canceled because why? We prayed for them. God gave them a second chance as far as the physical healing was concerned, and they turned and devoted themselves to God, and they didn't have to have the amputation. I've had people healed of heart disease like that. Healed of cancers. My wife is being healed of arthritis as we speak. I am being healed of various diseases. And I'll tell you, if you really and truly want a healing, from God. Dedicate your mind, your body, and your spirit. If you've never read the Bible before, you've got to start reading it and understanding God's promises. And that's where my email comes in, because I'll guide you. I'll tell you what scriptures to read. I'll tell you how to pray. I'll pray with you, and I will never ask you for a nickel. Dean Pepin, dean.pepin@gmail.com. I only want to be of service to you. I only want to be of service to God. I love God with all my heart, with all my soul, and with all my mind, and with everything in me. I love God, and I want to do His work. And I love you. My name is Pastor Dean Pepin from Healing Hands of Jesus Ministries. Bye-bye.